Hello guys, SJD here, and I'm back with some more Football Manager. And as you can see here, we're just sorting out a squad for the Bournemouth friendly match where I left off, and just gonna put in the new signings to try those out rather than actually carrying on playing with the current fullbacks. Just see how they do, get them the average match rating, etc. But I'm actually going to post a FIFA 12 video on my main channel later this week. I did mention it on Twitter for any of you on there that's following me, and it's going to be a live commentary. I don't know, it's something different. I haven't done a live commentary before, so that'll be fun to go ahead and make one of those. See how I manage with that, whether it's a complete flop or whether I manage to actually do quite well at a live commentary. I imagine it's going to be quite hard because actually talking over the game whilst you're trying to concentrate on playing, that's the main thing I'm worried about. I'm probably not going to get decent gameplay, but hopefully I'll be able to do pretty well and not struggle too much with that. I'm just going to change all these settings as well, because I did say last time that I would do this, and I'm going to put counter attack on, because come on, who would not have counter attack on? It's just a stupid mistake to not leave that switched on. Going into the match then, hold on, actually I've just remembered another thing before I keep forgetting to do stuff, so I'm just going to do it as I remember. We need to put Naira Nosworthy in the confirmed selection, because otherwise it'll get to that championship match and we will not be able to play this player that we bought in on loan and paying like 17 grand a week of his wages, which would be a bit of a letdown and a massive fail on my behalf. Recently, Ibra has actually moved to PSG. I'm actually going to discuss this on my main channel as well, on my live commentary, I believe, if I have time. But thought I'd discuss it on here for you who've come across, because let's face it, as soon as I post that, there's going to be quite a lot of people who didn't see this, so who haven't missed out, even though a few of you may hear the same thing repeated a little bit. But yeah, Ibra has moved to PSG, and one thing I'll be first to recommend is that you don't go out and buy his transferred card, because that'll probably come out on Friday. I mean, they did round 1 of the transfers last week, and look at Eden Hazard's price, going up to like 100 grand at Chelsea in left wing, and he's not worth that one little bit. He sells for 5k, I believe, at his previous club. And Kagawa as well, he's another big one, selling for 50k at Manchester United. He sold for about 2k when he was at Borussia Dortmund. And then also there was Lucas Podolski at Arsenal, who sold for about 30-40k. But seriously, I don't know who would pay that, unless you're like one of the richer players on Ultimate Team with like 1 million coins or something, and you've not got coins to worry about. But some people who worry about coins and maybe have like 100, 200k, you really don't want to be going out and buying these players. I mean, Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva, once they're transferred, they're probably going to be one of the most expensive transfer players, and 2-0 up here. Probably a result we need though. You'd expect that against Bournemouth. Do they play in League 1 or League 2? I'm not quite sure. Maybe you guys can mention that for me, because I'm not 100% on that one. But yeah, Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva are going to be one of the most expensive transfers. I mean, look at them at their previous clubs. They were like 50 grand, 80 grand, and a few months ago they were still selling like constantly for 100 grand. And God, one of our players is injured there. Let's have a quick look if he needs substituting. It doesn't look like he does, because he hasn't got an injury sign above his head. But anyway, yeah, they were selling out for 100 grand at one point solidly, and no one could touch that price. It's not like they were being price fixed or anything. That was just their price. So when they get transferred, if such players like Hazard, who were like 5, 10k, were selling for 100k, you could easily see Ibrahimovic or Thiago Silva going for like 200, 300k on the first few days, before dropping down about a week or two later to their normal price, about 50, 60 grand. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Why people can't be patient enough to wait for there to be enough on the market. But people have the demand, and they want that transfer player as soon as it comes out. If you're planning to trade with the transfer players, you probably want to buy them the first few days and then sell them like instantly. If you don't sell them on that day that you bought them, I can guarantee probably the next day when you go back, he will have gone down in price, and you'd be a bit gutted with what you've done there, losing yourself quite a bit of coins very easily, and not something. It's a very wise move on Ultimate Team. Coins are vital, especially at the beginning, maybe not so much towards the end. You can waste your coins a bit more towards the end because there's not that many months left before FIFA 13, which I can't wait for. And let's switch on to that topic right now. Some things that I'd like to see in FIFA 13 actually. I'd like to see alternative kits, however you say it. It doesn't really matter. A third team kit on Ultimate Team. I would just love to see that. It's such a little thing. Maybe it might be quite hard for them to put it into the game. They couldn't do it like halfway through FIFA or something. But at the beginning of the game, I reckon if enough people back that idea, they could go ahead, put it in the game, and it would be a thing that people go for. Because how many times I go into a game and someone will have like 2 of the same coloured kits, or they accidentally pick the same one as me, or it's like, say they've got a red home kit, but then their away kit's red and black stripes, and then my kit's red, and the same thing, they clash either way. It's just, it doesn't work, and you can't have enough variety. And also the kits of some teams, the third team kit is absolutely beautiful. Look at Celtics this year. I think it was that yellow and black one. It's just something different, something you want to have on your Ultimate Team to give it its own identity, etc. Going on to another thing I'd like to see for FIFA 13 would be progressive chemistry, rather than actually going for the all standard league and nationality link up. Actually to have chemistry where the more games you play with players beside each other, and we've picked up an injury here, gonna have to make a substitution, but yeah, the more games you play with a player beside another player, the chemistry link builds up to like red, then maybe orange, and then green eventually after so many games. Maybe there's a set amount of games. Maybe if they speak the same language, it takes less games for them to build up chemistry and stuff like that. Just little things like that added in. I mean, it'd be quite hard maybe for them to code into the game, but if they really wanted to go for it, I reckon they could do it. And it would add a lot of variety to squad builders. And look at that guy. The guy was injured. I've just gone to sub off, has gone and scored. Just typical, isn't it? But yeah, if they could do that, it would just add so much variety to squad builders. Look at squad builders now. Hybrids are the same. I mean, obviously there's a lot of squads you can do, but next year, if the chemistry links stay the same, other than the transfer players and like the new 5-star skillers and the new high-rated players, there's not going to be that many different hybrids, I don't think. It just seems like people would be dumb to go out and make different ones when they had success with one on this FIFA, and they could make exactly the same, get 99 chemistry on the next one. Why wouldn't they go and do it? So that's my thoughts on chemistry. So hopefully they do that. And I did actually hear, I think it was Nepenthez talked about it, or someone told him about it, and it was actually that you had your own badge on the card. So like when you got a player, like you could apply your own badge to him and say like you had an Arsenal badge, it added passing onto that player, so he was a better passer of the ball. Or at Barcelona he was a better passer. At Man United maybe he was more determined to carry on playing for the full 90 minutes, stuff like that, like little traits added in. What I think would be kind of cool is maybe like every player you get out of pack, so your first owner, like whatever club badge you've got as your Ultimate Team badge, that could be set as the badge on the card rather than actually having the team. But I don't think they'd do that idea, just because they probably get money paid from the clubs for having their badge in there and advertising them, kind of, or they maybe pay the clubs actually to have license to their things. I'm not entirely sure on that, but they are the official game and have all the sponsors, which is why, in my opinion, it's better than PES, because at first, when it was like PES 06 and FIFA 2005 or FIFA 2006, the reason I wanted FIFA was because like you could have your Arsenals, your Manchester Uniteds, your Leeds Uniteds, all the lower leagues as well, and they all had the badges, the kits and everything. Whereas you go onto PES and it's like London North Reds and stuff like that, and like just a red bold badge, and it doesn't look good. Just like personal preference, I'd just rather have these little minor things which make the game a little bit better. But obviously at that time, FIFA was actually a worse game to play than PES was. And nowadays, it's actually overtaken PES entirely and left it in the dust. Maybe PES will catch up again one day, because it's always good to have healthy competition for the company. Obviously, if there's competition there, then it means that EA have to produce better content to actually get us to sell it, because if they aren't producing the best content, then ultimately we're going to go elsewhere to go and play our football games, etc. So I'm going to actually go and try and get this little 18-year-old on loan. 2.7 million he costs. I think he's listed up for transfer, so maybe if we offer for a loan, they may accept it. He says he's currently listed, he's on 1,500 grand a week, so that's not very much. That's less than we paid for the for what's his face, the free transfer. So not too bad. He's currently valued at 2.7 million, and we have a remaining budget of 792 grand. I don't know what's happened to that 22-year-old. Actually, not seen him around for a while. The defensive midfielder and midfielder right, I believe he plays, but we accepted, or did we send him a contract offer in the last episode? So hopefully he's going to come back to us very soon with whether he's going to come and sign for the club or not. Hopefully he's not going to have work application issues, because I hate it when players have that and you just can't sign the players that you want. Wellington Silva in the Liga BBVA, or is it the Liga Adelante? One of those two. He actually always, near enough, has issues with his work permit and not application, what I said a bit ago. Anyway, we're going to move forwards into some, where am I searching? Staff search, that's what we're going to do. We need to have a look at our staff and see where we can improve, because it's probably one of the most vital things to actually have good staff in your club. I'm going to quickly go back and actually double check on what staff we've already got. Quick check scouts first. 18 and 20 on the judging player ability and judging player potential. These are the things you want to look out for. 13 and 13 there. He's maybe one that we can let go of rather than keep. And this guy's, he's a bit average on for the things for the most part. So I'm going to go out and buy a new scout and replace that Martin Carter guy, I think. Where's the damn search? I found it now. Anyway, let's go and find a good scout who is actually going to be worth our while and maybe bring us back some pretty good players, because it's all about the scouts and the assistant manager and the coaches in this game. That just seems to be the way it goes. If you don't have good backroom staff, you're not going to do very well, as far as I'm aware. And this guy's actually got a national reputation. I might go and sign him. Steve Martin seems like quite a good guy. Only £650 a week as well. Well within our interest to go and get him. He's got a reputation which is national as well, so that's all very good. This guy's a bit obscure and only knows England and Scotland. He's got 16 on both ability and potential though, so could be one to sign, as well as this guy is pretty similar to him. And this one doesn't even have much of a reputation, but his stats are pretty good. I'm not willing to risk it though, just because he's got a low reputation. I don't know why I'm fumbling over all my words here, but I think that's about 15 minutes, so I am going to end the episode here. And we've just got Laukovic on loan from Chelsea. Great signing there. Hopefully he's going to make a big impact for us in the starting 11 if he even plays there. Maybe he'll just come off the bench to make an impact substitution. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all then.